One thing is now assured, as Raptors fans were hoping, desperately praying that one of these young dudes will really take a step forward, take advantage of all the minutes that Darko Rajaković has been passing around to close out this season. And one guy has certainly taken advantage there. So we'll discuss that, including a Brandon Ingram injury update, because of course, a lot of people are interested and intrigued by seeing the newly acquired Toronto Raptors star player get out there on the court with some of these young dudes, even with the hopes of tanking, the hopes of losing games to maximize the draft picks. I think everyone is intrigued to see at least a couple games of Brandon Ingram slotted alongside Scottie Barnes, Barrett, Immanuel Quickley, and see what flashes we have of this team, going into next year. So we have some updates out there on the Brandon Ingram injury situation. So lots of stuff to break down, but before we do any of that, make sure you guys hit a like on this video if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Toronto Raptors news. You're enjoying all the latest content. Helps out the channel a ton if you guys end up hitting a like on that video. But let's dive into it because, of course, we have some interesting things to discuss. As, the main topic, the storyline that we're jumping into is Jamal Shead. Because this man, I've been, coined the term shed heads out here on the channel. It's a little club we got. The shed heads are out here just amped up about what Jamal Shead can really bring and provide to this team. And as of late, man, with the extra run with Immanuel Quickley, Barrett, a lot of the Raptors guards being in and out of the lineup, of course, post-trade deadline, trading away Davion Mitchell, Jamal Shead has proven that he is a guy that really is going to be a mainstay on this Raptors team going forward. And last night, again, it's the Washington Wizards, so it's not that crazy of competition, but Jamal Shead, coming off the bench in last night's game, 20 minutes of run, once again showed out for this team. Had 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and is coming in looking poised and looking effective out there on the basketball court. And coming into this year, I projected Jamal Shead, being if we're looking at, we have 4 draft picks, Jamal Shead was the guy I felt like had the most steal potential, and he's proven it right, as, with a, mid-second round pick, there were questions about his three-point shooting, but I figured, his intensity on defense, after watching all the highlights, watching everything, the playmaking, the just poise at the point guard position, he'd be able to have an impact, but, given how the Raptors seasons would have gone, it was unpredictable, but, seeing how, it's sometimes for high, sometimes for low, how much minutes would Jamal Shead get, I was thinking this year would be a year for him to develop his three-point shot, and then next season we'd really see Jamal Shead come into his own and be that guy for the Toronto Raptors. But really, with the extra run that's been afforded to him, and now, of course, with stints in the G League, but he's improved that three-point shot. Again, last night wasn't, setting the world on fire from the three-point line, but he's effective in all other areas of the court, and he's been steady enough with this three-point shot that this man has just been able to really be a solid piece for this team. And he's getting some dunks lately, too. So he came out in a quote and said, "I know that I can dunk. Everybody else doesn't know that I can dunk." So he's been throwing out some sneaky jams as of late as well. So that's been cool to see. But Jamal Shead, in his rookie season, averaged 6.6 points per game, 1.4 rebounds, 4 assists per night. Shooting 34% from the three-point line is a big positive. I think the most encouraging number in regards to, how he projects as a shooter, how he projects as one of these guards out there in the NBA. And of course, these, I need to add minutes per game to this, but we'll get that added at some point. But he's shooting 44% out there on corner threes. And this is from the entire season because, of course, you're not going to go from, I don't want to say a shooting non-factor, like a low volume, low percentage three-point shooter to Steph Curry overnight. But the areas where you could see work get put in first is corner three-point shooting because they're more set shots. It's a little bit closer to the net. And frankly, you just, it's the stepping stone. You become a solid quarter three-point shooter that you're hitting above the breaks and then you're hitting off the dribbles. And that steady step, for Jamal Shead, who, yes, did spend multiple years of college, is 22 years old, but still super, super young out there in the NBA, him increasing that corner three-point shooting percentage of 44% is very, very encouraging in regards to his development and where he can get to as one of these elite shooters in the future, because as a smaller guard, especially someone that does everything else, I mean, he has legit upside. He has that, dare I say, potential star player upside if he's able to knock down three-point shots at an elite clip. So that is something I wanted to shed some light on. Jamal Shead playing really, really well. So that is great to see. And I'll touch on the Raptors game as well. I know we beat the Wizards 112-104. you can't out-tank the Wizards. It's just the reality of everything that's happening. But Immanuel Quickley wasn't super efficient, but did have 20 points. Jakob Poeltl was, if the Raptors want to tank, you just got to play him no minutes because he was torching the Wizards, in the paint, just unstoppable. 10 to 13 from the field, 11 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, 3 blocks, just all around dominant performance out there from Jakob Poeltl. Scottie Barnes didn't have a great shooting night, but did fill up the stat sheet in other areas. 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Scottie can have an impact out there in, other areas when his shot isn't going down. Ochai didn't have the greatest game again tonight, but a little bit better than certainly his performance in the previous game, the Raptors' previous outing against the San Antonio Spurs. Jameson Battle knocked down a few threes, which is good to see. 3 threes, 11 points, and 3 boards. And off the bench, AJ Lawson's doing his thing. No more. We're not seeing these 30-piece explosions from AJ Lawson as of late, but he's still proven a guy that's capable to be on an NBA roster. And then Jonathan Mobo, 8, 11, 2 steals, 2 assists. He still fills up. He fills up the stat sheet. So. Again, not reading too much into a Wizards win because the Wizards are, I feel like my rec league men's league team could probably give them a run, give them a run at this time of year if they're trying to tank, but that is what it is. So that's that situation. We also have an update in regards to Brandon Ingram's injury situation as Josh Lundberg revealed that he has progressed with his running and lateral movement, but still hasn't been cleared for contact. Next update will come in 10 days or so per Darko Rajaković. Again, I don't expect to see him make his Raptors debut until next season. So that's fairly disappointing because, of course, yes, I get that everyone wants to get a good draft pick. I think everyone is in that boat. We want to maximize our chances at getting Cooper Flagg. I mean, a lot of those guys on Duke are just ridiculous if you're watching the March Madness sort of brackets and stuff. But frankly, Brandon Ingram, I'd like to see him get a bit of run. See if you could just have a couple complimentary games, complimentary pieces in terms of how he fits in regards to be on the court next to RJ Barrett, next to Scottie Barnes, next to these different guys. So it sucks to see, but of course the Raptors schedule is abysmal, in terms of being super easy to close off this year. And if you're going to win them anyways, may as well throw out Ingram, unless you're rushing him back from injury. But I think this injury rehab has been extended a little bit, but maybe you don't want to risk anything there. So that may make sense, but it's an easy schedule to close off this year. And the Raptors, we have secured, I think, our ability to not worry about the Miami Heat here now at this point. They just won another game, or they won their most recent game, the Spurs, the Blazers. I think it's going to be a tough case for them to catch up to us in the Tankathon standings. Yes, of course, it would be nice to catch the Brooklyn Nets, to catch the Philadelphia 76ers in these draft odds race, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough with this schedule we have coming up in regards to taking some L's and things like that. So I'm hopeful next season there's something done about tanking, something done to adjust the draft lottery odds, but we'll see how that all shakes out. Let me know what you guys think about all that in the comment section down below. You guys have best thing as far as subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Anyways, I'm signing out. Cheers.